and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Tuesday, September 24th. We begin with an update to a story we've been following for a while now. The City-County Council is considering a new proposal to tackle the issue of illegal street racing and spinning. But does it go far enough? News 8's Danielle Zolkowski reports.
One Far East Side woman tells me this reckless driving is significantly affecting her life, and she thinks the proposal needs stronger punishments for anyone involved. This proposal would require the city to impound these cars for a minimum of 30 days. Debbie Abel from the Far East Side wants to see the ordinance require the car be impounded the entire time the offenders work their way through the legal system. And she wants to see the owners pay a daily impound fee.
You take their car away, they're going to be hurting.
If caught, anyone participating in or promoting these events would be fined $250. Spectators would be fined $100.
They could care less about $250. It's not hard for them to raise $250.
Abel is severely affected by the noise and fears for her safety.
It sounds like it's in my backyard. And you can hear the screaming and the yelling. And I've watched the videos, and it's not only unsafe for us in the neighborhood coming and going, and we're afraid to go out at night, it's the kids that are involved. Somebody's going to get hurt.
These car meetups also have a lot of violent run-ins with law enforcement, ending in damage to cars and safety being put at risk.
The disrespect for law enforcement is just out of control right now.
This proposal will be heard in the Public Safety and Criminal Justice Committee on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Anyone wishing to comment can do so then. I'm Danielle Zolkowski for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Also in the Circle City, members of the City-County Council and other city employees will likely get a pay raise starting next year. The council approved the measure last night. It would take effect January 1st for council members, as well as the assessor, auditor, clerk, coroner, recorder, surveyor, and treasurer. The mayor would not get a raise. Mayor Joe Hogsett has told News 8 he would veto any salary increase for himself. And a plan to boost pay for election workers in Marion County has been sent over to a council committee. That proposal would increase pay for the absentee voter board workers, election day clerks, and election day inspectors. Supporters say the pay raise could help with the current shortage of poll workers. The plan is set to go before the council's administration and finance committee next week. On to a national headline. A judge says the man accused in the assassination attempt of former President Trump will remain in jail for now. Prosecutors say a witness has a letter written by Ryan Ruth that was written moments before the incident at Trump's golf course in Florida. The Justice Department says the letter details plans to kill Trump. Investigators say that letter also includes a $150,000 reward offer to anyone who could, quote, complete the job. Right now, Ruth has only been formally charged with illegal possession of a gun despite multiple felony convictions. Switching gears to weather, the National Weather Service confirms that 3 tornadoes swept through Indiana Sunday night. The damage was extensive to the high school and several homes in Jay County. News 8's Kat Sandoval reports.
The tornado hit Jay County Junior and Senior High School. This metal HVAC unit was once on top of the high school. It's now on the ground. Inside, there's water damage in the hallways by the lockers and in the library. Water can be seen coming through the ceiling tiles. The school was closed today. Students will be on e-learning tomorrow and remote learning the rest of the week. This isn't the only damage in Jay County. I talked to one man with a survival story to tell.
I had zero warning, so mine was more of how to get out of a collapsed structure.
Kyle Love teaches at the high school and lives right across the street. His house took a direct hit. The tornado ripped the roof of his home, sending it into his neighbor's house. On this aerial view, you can see into Love's home. Just a few wooden beams are all that's left of his roof. He says part of the ceiling came down on him. He's okay, though.
I could hear that break before the ceiling came down on me.
Got it.
So it was by far the scariest minute of my life. It was bad.
Love is also a part-time firefighter, and he said he was watching the football game when he heard a loud sound Sunday night. He looked out the window to see debris flying across the road.
They always say it's like a freight train. I'd compare it more to like a jet engine. It was just a high whistle type of noise.
The majority of his roof is now in his backyard. In the front of his house, you can see a piece of the HVAC unit from the high school. Love says he's taking it one day at a time.
And I'm working on a long-term solution, but right now it's day to day.
Love tried salvaging important items like school yearbooks. He stayed at the firehouse last night and says he will stay with a friend tonight. He's also waiting for his insurance company to assess the damages, but says he's just happy to be alive. Just down the road, the tornado hit the American Legion.
The storm came through here and took the roof and put it in their parking lot.
Burkhart calls the damage devastating.
A lot of times when they'd have emergencies, the post would open for food and beverage for during the emergencies, and now they're the ones that are out of commission.
County leader says they're fortunate.
We were very thankful and very lucky that we did not have anyone injured. We are currently assessing the damage. You will see some crews out and about today doing those damage assessments.
Reporting in Jay County, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
When it comes to today's conditions, Storm Track 8 says you can expect cooler temperatures with several rain chances. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
We had some pretty steady showers to the tune of around 1/4 of an inch during the overnight hours, so that's not too bad. We may have a little bit more to go here through the day, but it's very on and off, so it's not a washout of a day. But certainly, you're going to have some wet roads to deal with this morning after all the rain that we received overnight, which has now crossed over into Ohio for the most part. You saw some steady showers hanging out around Richmond and Connorsville. That is now making its way to the east. Pretty clean around the metro. We do have a few scattered downpours in Howard County, Grant County too. That is moving east. And then I'm keeping an eye on some of these clusters of storms around or just west of Interstate 57 near the Champaign-Urbana area in Illinois. That is also moving east here for this morning. Right now, downtown, very low cloud deck, but visibilities are fine at the surface, 66, light northeast wind around 8. Storm Track 8 Futurecast as we take you hour by hour from now through around midday. You'll have some scattered showers here and there. You can see the coverage is certainly not widespread. That will continue mid to late afternoon. I think we'll wind down our rain chances just after dinner time. There could be a strong storm or two. Damaging wind would be the primary concern. Maybe a few hailstones as well. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue, but something to be aware of. 70 at noon. I'm going to go with a high of 76 later on today, which actually isn't far off from the average and not bad considering I don't know if we'll see much, if any, sunshine for the day today. Not our only rain opportunity, even though the rain winds down tonight and we may catch a brief dry stint here midweek. A tropical system brewing near the Gulf of Mexico could take aim for us this weekend, and it could bring potentially some pretty heavy rain. We'll talk more about that in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Tuesday, September 24th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.